Kaizer Chiefs is playing against Isukokuna United, a very, very difficult match to play, knowing very well that it's very crucial for them to clinch or to qualify for a top eight. At the very same time, Isukokuna themselves are chasing that CAF spot at the moment. They put themselves in a very good position. Everything to play for this Saturday. And Stellenbosch as well is playing against Supersport. So it's going to be interesting. They're just 1 point behind the Stellenbosch. And from number 8 all the way down to number 14, any of those teams can actually qualify for the top 8. Welcome back to the pod. This is your boy Machine once again with a new episode. Skuluma all things DSTV. Oh, sorry. There it again. Betway Premiership. I promise I'll get used to it. And probably that's why we've been hearing so much rumors about Nabi leaving, is he staying? It all depends on the last 2 games. All these stories we've been hearing for the whole week. We're not too sure what's going to happen. But I want to start from the very top to congratulate Mamelodi Sundowns for clinching another 8th league championship, which I did call. Don't want to talk really much about that because I did really say in my previous videos that Sundowns is actually going to win. And at the same time, look, once again, Kaizer Chiefs are not being champions, guys. It's not cool. We're wrapping up the season very well. Obviously, things are aligning. Things are very clear in regards to which positions. Obviously, Pirates and Sundowns have qualified for CAF. So, yes, mega cool about that. Let's focus on the game at hand and why the video or what the video is all about. Okay, Kaizer Chiefs versus Sekhukhune. What's interesting about these two teams, there's not much data. Sekhukhune, them being a new team, but they've had a fair share of wins against Kaizer Chiefs of late. It's only this season when Kaizer Chiefs actually won finally against Sekhukhune for the first time in a long time. And coming back from the Nedbank win, we are expecting Kaizer Chiefs to come with that form and actually continue where they left off, if you will. But this is the league. They haven't won a game in almost 9 games when it comes to the league. So it's going to be difficult for me to understand how they are going to win apart from getting a draw. Because on the other side, Sekhukhune, very consistent. There's a couple of players that have been clicking, not forgetting the coach is an astute coach who is Tinkler. Knows that team very well, knows how it works. He understands, and he plays well against Kaizer Chiefs. Funny enough, Tinkler has that thing like Brendan Shooter, where whenever his teams play against Kaizer Chiefs, he always has one hand against or over the Kaizer Chiefs. But look, I think with the mentality that I saw with Nedbank Cup, I hope they're not still celebrating because. With what we saw, I'm hoping they can transfer that consistency, or not consistency, but the same mentality and the game model that they had. The only thing that we know, however, when it comes to Kaizer Chiefs is the fact that Miguel is suspended because he got a yellow card, so he won't feature in this game. So obviously we're expecting maybe Kwinika and that Kwinika Dove pairing with maybe Umashiana getting a chance. So Kaizer Chiefs are under pressure, to be honest, because we have Supersport. I think it's number 15 or 14, and with Golden Arrows in the mix, Makisi. We have which other team is behind us? Because Cheapers on top of us. Just those teams. I'm missing just one team that I'm probably have to confirm. All those teams. The only thing that separates is just 3 or 4 points, if not the same amount of points from 8, 9, 10, and 11. So the only thing is just goal difference. So any team can actually get a win and can change that leaderboard. But what's interesting that maybe they can work in Kaizer Chiefs' favor if they play their cards right is the fact that all those other teams have to play the top 2 teams or top 3 teams. Some of them will play Sundowns still. Or Marimo Gardens, sorry, that's another team that's in the mix. So it's interesting because now it's going to be Sekhukhune and next week is Polokwane. And those teams are in the top 8 already. But their form has been here, no there. So Sekhukhune as well haven't been that consistent with the Polokwane City with the same thing. So maybe in this game, we can expect Sekhukhune they can afford to drop points, to be fair. They can afford to drop points. So that's one of the things that I think maybe can favor Chiefs. But I'm just hoping the technical team can get it right and just focus on a model that can give them the goals. I mean, sticking with that Sereno in number 10, maybe to do coming back or coming in the second half, keep him the same front three with Uduba, and obviously not much change in the midfield. But I'm guessing Tinkler is going to plan very, very well for that. So it's going to be interesting. Chiefs release a W. No draws, nothing like that. Because if it goes bad, and now you leave it to Polokwane or skip a calculator. Now we have to see how other teams are going to be playing. It's not going to be good. I'm guessing this is why, to my last point, why there's been so much rumors in regards to does Nabi stay or leave, because Uchuna and JCK has been dribbling us. Hasn't been very clear in terms of why. I'm guessing the position where we end up, that could open up the discussion of him if he's staying or not. Because the important thing that we maybe are not noticing, if it's so close, that means Kaizer Chiefs may actually end up in a worse position than last season, which was number 10. Because if they fail to qualify for the top 8, you may drop down further, whether it's 12 position at most because of other teams maybe performing badly or there's not much separation. I think this is why the answers were not clear in the media, and at times live, UPBK broke out that story because maybe in the boardroom, that's where the board of Kaizer Chiefs are not really happy with how they've performed with the signings that they've actually given Unabi. Maybe they are of the opinion that it at least give us top 8. So maybe that's the mandate. We're not too sure. We'll see. And another rumor mill, maybe just to leave it there, we heard that there's a right back that they're actually assessing. He plays in Portugal. It's a free agent though. But I think with the reports and the rumors that we've seen, it's quite good. Maybe better Nyana than Solomon. So there's good things that, or there's a direction that they are taking. And the question is who's making those signings once again. We're not too sure. But I guess it's all to do with these last 2 games, especially this one here Saturday, which is very important for the FC, for us as fans and everyone else, because it gives us a window in regards to how they can set up next season. Because remember, they need to beef up the squad because Kaizer Chiefs is going to Africa again. So I'm so happy for that because that means we're going to cover more matches. So not too sure if there's going to be qualifying rounds though. You'll correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't know if we've qualified for the group stages or we still need to go to qualifying rounds as well. But that's the kind of mentality you can expect tomorrow. These players, the technical team, I think about all these things I've just discussed because there is more that we haven't seen. As you can see, the management is very cagey about what's going on there. And yes, the Nedbank gave us good spirits. The country is fixed. The rand is stable. But you could find that at the moment at loggerheads, we've heard on social media a lot of people are pro Nabi, other anti Nabi. There's a cabal for other things, and other people are calling out for beats or maybe. I don't know how about you guys feel about all these things are happening. I'd love to hear what you guys think about tomorrow's game. Can Kaizer Chiefs win? Is Nabi leaving? What do you think about the Nedbank win? Can we transfer that for me into the league itself? That's all I have, and I'll check in the comments and see you on the next video. That's me, Machini, signing out. Sharp, sharp.